What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, shocking news, as it looks like Olympic silver medalist, undefeated two-division world champion, former unified WBC, WBO super featherweight world champion, superstar boxer Shakur Stevenson, 19 wins, no loss and no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'7.5" with a 68-inch arm reach, could be facing former unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Cambosos Jr., who is now 20 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout, 29 years of age, 5'9" with a 68-inch arm reach, in his next fight in March. So Shakur Stevenson, he had his belts. He relinquished his belt in his last fight against Robson Conceição because he missed weight on the scale. So Shakur Stevenson, he announced that he is now moving up to 135. Okay. In his move to 135, the WBC, World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman and board of 32 members, they decided to order Shakur Stevenson to face off against another lightweight title contender, Mexican superstar boxer, and Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who is 24 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 17 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'3" with a 63-inch arm reach. But Isaac Pitbull Cruz decided that he did not want to fight with Shakur Stevenson, and he stated that Shakur Stevenson, is a runner. He moves too much, and that's not a fight that he and his team are interested in. Okay, and so then you had William Cepeda. Okay, we thought that William Cepeda was going to agree to a fight with Shakur Stevenson. Okay, William Cepeda is a fighter that Shakur Stevenson has called out. He's undefeated, 27 wins, no loss, no draw, 23 big wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'9" with a 69-inch arm reach, and he's a southpaw. He fought and beat Joseph Jojo Diaz, former world champion, October 29th of this year. He won a unanimous decision. Mexican star boxer in William Cepeda. William Cepeda, he's ranked top 4 in the WBC. So Shakur Stevenson, he stated that if he can't secure the fight with Isaac Pitbull Cruz, then he will want to fight William Cepeda. But William Cepeda, apparently, he's turned it down, right? And so now, according to legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum, there's a possibility that we could see Shakur Stevenson face off against George Kambosos Jr., who's coming off back-to-back losses to undefeated lightweight, undisputed world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is now 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. So looks like Shakur Stevenson is just trying to get his feet wet at the lightweight 135-pound division, and he's looking to secure the best possible opponent he can possibly find. And it looks like, George Kambosos, which I like to fight. George Kambosos, he had back-to-back losses, to Devin Haney, but he did have that big shocking victory over former lightweight unified world champion superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez. So, George Kambosos Jr., herky-jerky style. Both those fights was at home against Devin Haney, and he lost badly. Okay, he even talked about retiring if he didn't win against Devin Haney or be more competitive against Devin Haney, right? And so this is another bad matchup for George Kambosos Jr. because Shakur Stevenson is even more defensively responsible than Devin Haney is. Now, he's not as big and rangy and as quick as Devin Haney, but he's very precise. He's very slick. He's a southpaw as well. He's elusive in the pocket. He's a counter puncher, and he's very, very sharp with his punches, right? So, again, for George Kambosos, this is another bad style matchup, okay? Teofimo Lopez at times has identity issues on defense. Teofimo Lopez doesn't know who and what he wants to do when he's on defense. And at times, Teofimo Lopez becomes one-dimensional, looking for one big punch. With that said, that's not what Shakur Stevenson is going to present. Not at all. Okay, that's not at all what Shakur Stevenson represents. He's elusive. He's a counterpuncher. He's southpaw. He's very accurate with his punches, and he sits down on his punches more so than even Devin Haney did. Now, in the second fight, Devin Haney definitely sat down on his punches a lot more than he did in the past. But in the first fight, Shakur Stevenson, that's his thing. That's his MO. He'll sit in the pocket. So this would definitely be, the toughest challenge for Shakur Stevenson. If you believe that, George Kambosos is just bigger and stronger than former 2-division world champion and Oscar Valdez, Mexican superstar boxer. Okay, I think that George Kambosos is probably about on the same level as Oscar Valdez. He's bigger than Oscar Valdez, herky-jerky style. Oscar Valdez does have power, so I think that I'm going to take that back. I think Oscar Valdez is a better fighter than George Cambosos Jr. But this is a good fight for Shakur Stevenson. It's a great introduction to the lightweight division for Shakur Stevenson. I like this fight a lot for Shakur Stevenson. Okay, I'm picking Shakur Stevenson. I think Shakur Stevenson is even going to drop. You said you got it. I think Shakur Stevenson is going to drop George Kambosos because he's sharp. He sits down on his punches. He's very elusive. He's a counter puncher. And I think he's going to possibly drop George Cambosos Jr. I think George Cambosos Jr. See, with Devin Haney is very sharp with his jab, right? He controls the pace. He controls the distance. So George Kambosos is not overly aggressive with trying to work his way in because it just doesn't present itself with the long jab and the long range and the long arms and the quick feet and the movement of Devin Haney. It's just hard for him to hone in on Devin Haney, where he's going to believe, because Shakur Stevenson at times gives you the illusion that he's just sitting there and he's not stationary. He's going to believe that he can make his way to the inside, and he may just get overly aggressive coming in and get caught with something in a counterpunch and sat down. Okay, I don't know if he'll get knocked out, but definitely he can get caught with something clipped and get knocked down. Okay, again, like I said, Devin Haney is more of a mover. He's more of a very, very tough target for his opponents to hit. Okay, he's more, active with his feet compared to Shakur Stevenson. So Shakur Stevenson, he gives you the illusion, like I stated, that he's stationary or flat-footed and not mobile, and you'll come running in and he'll pin you, he'll nail you. Okay, so this is a good fight. It's a good test for Shakur Stevenson at 135. It's definitely a good test and a fight and an opportunity for George Kambosos, because imagine if he's somehow able to upset Shakur Stevenson and beat Shakur Stevenson, that puts him right back on the map, okay, and right back in title contention. So this is another huge opportunity for George Kambosos Jr. And you just think, for George Kambosos, he carved out a nice little career for himself. Imagine he beat Mickey Bay, right? He fights and beats Teofimo Lopez, then fights Devin Haney twice, then fights Shakur Stevenson. Carved out a nice little a niche for himself, right? So it definitely would be impressive for George Kambosos. Those are tough fights, back to back to back to back. Those are tough fights for George Kambosos Jr., man. Enough respect to George Kambosos to make this fight happen. But Isaac Pitbull Cruz should be ashamed of himself for turning down this opportunity. It's a title opportunity at that. Okay, this would have been the first official world title that he's fighting, to be in position to fight for one of the major sanctioned belts, because when he fought Gervonta Tank Davis, it was for a regular title. Okay, when he fights against Shakur Stevenson, it's to be in position to be the mandatory for the super title. But nonetheless, we know what that means. He can't keep up with him athletically, so he quote unquote labels him a runner. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like your shitty videos. That's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue. March looked like Shakur versus George Kambosos. Peace.